1964 in Vietnam. Greenleaf Lane, killed in World War I. Stephen Blair, he was a founding reverend of the First Baptist Church in Olney. He was with the 83rd Regiment in the Civil War. Or Stephen Keeper, 19 years old when he gave his life for this country. Or James Hall, who fought in the Spanish-American War, received the Medal of Honor for his duty on board the ship the day it caught on fire. These are the heroes you stand among today. There are over 1,000 buried out here. Please, take the time to honor these men and women. At this time, our band will play the national anthem. Reverend Gary Wachtel of the American Legion for the end.
Today, at least weather-wise, will not be very memorable. Another day to enjoy by the pool or inside with the modern comfort of air conditioning as time marches steadily forward. Nothing real special, just another day. Well, my hope today, ladies and gentlemen, is that you remember a little bit more about today, this day, as we come together to reflect on and honor our servicemen and women who have died on this, our nation's Memorial Day. Now, history tells us that this day was originally called Decoration Day, a day to commemorate the fallen soldiers who bravely fought in our American Civil War. History also tells us the name was changed to Memorial Day to honor all fallen American soldiers from all wars, foreign and domestic. And so we do honor our fallen brethren. But do we remember? Recall the famous quote by the philosopher George Santayana, who said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." What can we, as a nation and as individuals, take from this day of memoriam to avoid repeating a history that we may not want to remember or relive? Now, wars between nations or between peoples of a nation usually arise from a conflict of ideas or cultures, a clash between what one side believes in versus what the other side believes in. At times, this dissonance of cultures and beliefs is couched in terms of right versus wrong, of good versus evil. Here in this country, we fought for our independence from England against evils such as taxation without representation and the like. We fought our Civil War over the evil of slavery. And most recently, we have sent troops to fight in Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as other countries, to eradicate the evil of terrorism. We remember these conflicts. We rally around confronting and demolishing these evils. But what of the soldiers? Given colorful, if not mildly derogatory euphemisms such as grunts, jarheads, flyboys, what do we remember of the individuals, of the casualties of war? Armed with weapons of destruction and the American ideals of freedom and democracy, soldiers are sent into the fray. Some come back alive, although not always in one piece, physically or emotionally. Others perish and die for the cause, bravely battling for this nation, this community. At the time, we briefly mourn and then honor them with local services and tributes. Then time passes, our lives continue, and we do what we normally do. What happens with most things in our lives? We start to forget. Families and friends may always remember, but we forget them. Forgetfulness is the antithesis of remembrance. Forgetfulness implies something not worth remembering, something that is so trivial and fleeting that it does not register into our consciousness. Forgetfulness implies unworthiness. Is this the way we want to honor our fighting men and women who face death and have died for this country? I would hope not, and I hope you would feel the same way. Now, there are some visible signs of remembrance of our military members, both past and present. Communities such as ours remember our active servicemen and women with placards hung from light posts and telephone poles on main streets. We hold seasonal drives for goodies and trinkets and well-wishing cards to send to troops during holidays. We hold memorial services like today to honor those who have fallen in service to our country. We even have a national moment of remembrance today, passed by Congress in the year 2000, which asks that at 3 p.m. local time, for all Americans to voluntarily and informally observe in their own way a moment of remembrance and respect, pausing from whatever they are doing for a moment of silence or listening to taps. These signs of remembrance help to keep our military members in our hearts and thoughts. But we can and should do more. We can respect and honor the gravesites of our fallen brothers and sisters with flowers, flags, written tributes, and overall upkeep of their final resting places. And might I remark, a big, big thanks to the American Legion, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and everyone else to make this place decorated today what it is. We can keep those families who have had someone die in the service of our country in our hearts through prayer, words of encouragement, and community support. We can even keep national remembrance with us today and every day by setting our cell phone alarms to ring at 3 p.m., not just today, but every day, as a reminder to remember. We should always remember, every day, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, who have fought for the ideals and for the freedom of this country, and who have given the ultimate sacrifice for this land of liberty. History only recalls events and places and people. People remember. Let's continue to remember our fallen loved ones who have served in the military both today